let's talk about the discard. Those of us who were discarded by our parents. In my case, it was my mother. And I guess you could say we discarded each other. I went no contact. She discarded me. She had written me this letter telling me that she wasn't going to be a part of my blaming process for the struggles in my life and where my life was at the time, which was ridiculous because where my life was at the time was on an upward trajectory. And what I've come to realize when I think about that, I recognize why she did that preemptive strike. So in that letter, she was also like, let's let bygones be bygones. Those weren't the words that she used, but basically that's what she was saying. And be silent and compliant, be a good little girl, come to dinner. It was around holiday time it was Rosh Hashanah, it was Jewish New Year. Come to dinner and we'll all get together and we all survive the best we can, and all of this kind of garbage, right? To which I responded with a 7-page letter of everything that I was carrying from her, because of the things that she did to me. And looking back, even in that letter, as I've read it, I was 22 or 23 at the time, I'm 59 now. I recognized that the little girl in me was hoping that she would see something in there that she would actually go, oh my gosh, okay, I'm sorry. What can I do now? Like, I was looking for her to show up. At the same time, it was a goodbye letter, accepting that she probably wasn't going to. And I look back at it and I'm like, was she discarding me, or was she putting me into the place of you're on warning, like shut the F up kind of thing? And what I've recognized and come to know is that it was a discard. It was a preemptive strike because she knew I wasn't going to be silent. And I think that she had, because I was starting to set boundaries, not for myself, actually, for my children who were very young at the time. I think that she was getting a clue that I was realizing that I wasn't who she taught me I was, that I wasn't the bad daughter, that I wasn't damaged goods, and that there was actually nothing wrong with me. I think she was recognizing that I was coming into a place of realization that she was an actual child abuser, a horrible person, and that I was just an innocent little child. And that recognition caused her to want to make sure that I was either silent or gone. Because what if I spoke up, and what if somebody believed me? It's just, we talk about the narcissistic discard, and I want to bring it up because I know a lot of times adult children get confused by that. They're like, I'm trying to work it out, and now they're just not talking to me. Well, it's because they don't want to work it out. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to take accountability. And they're actually afraid of being exposed. That's what I think. Maybe not in every case, but I think in a lot of the cases. And as I think about it moving forward, even from those moments in time, she came into my life again about 15, 16, 17 years into no contact. It was one of these at my door, out of the blue. My eldest daughter was having my first grandchild, and my eldest daughter at that time was in a relationship with my mother. My eldest daughter has been no contact from my mother for a very long time because she realized who she was. I had nothing to do with it, stayed out of it, and that's the best thing to do. Don't tell them, show them, let them see. I knew who I raised. I knew she was going to be fine. She was a fully formed adult. There was nothing that my mother could do to damage her. Did she cause some damage to our relationship? Not permanent damage, but she definitely smear campaigned me, and there were some things in there, but it worked out in the end anyway. That's like 20 years ago. My mother showed up. And at some point through this process, like she's at the hospital when my daughter gives birth, and I'm having interactions, and we're all getting together, and I'm getting a taste of the family I haven't had in forever, and she's on good behavior because there's yet another stepfather on the scene who, by the way, took me to the side and said, if I knew then what I know about your mother now, I would have never married her. And he also told me, I want you to recognize you were just a little girl and it wasn't your fault. So her good behavior wasn't lost on him. He already knew what time it was. Like, he already had her clocked. And I don't know why he didn't choose to leave her. He did end up leaving her the way four of her husbands left in body bags, basically. Yep, that happened. One of cancer. I like to be clear, that's the only one that isn't suspicious. I don't think, anyway. I mean, I wasn't there. Anyway, going back to, she's in my life, sort of, on the surface. And she embraces me one of the times that she's leaving my daughter's house and says, I love you and I miss you. And do you want to have a relationship? Yes, mommy. I was desperate. I thought, oh my gosh, she's here. She realizes. I also recognize that she means a relationship now, not about the past. I know that. I can feel that in my body. And so what I ended up doing, I feel so sorry for younger me sometimes. What I ended up doing was leaving her a voicemail, and I do know she got it. I was able to verify that. And I just said to her, hey, next time you're in town, she lived 3 hours away. I knew she'd come up to see my daughter and the whole 9 yards. Let's go and have lunch. Let's have a girls' day. We never have to talk about the past. I literally said those words. She discarded me again because she knew that I was stronger than she was and that she was no match for me anymore. In a way, it was my closure. It didn't rip me apart. It didn't break my heart. It was just yet another validation that not being in a relationship with her is the best thing that I could have done for myself and for my children. Share your story, drop it in the comment section. I'd love to know where you are in your healing journey, what realizations you've had. If this video is helpful for you. I think when you're discarded by your own parent, even if you're in the process of going no contact, it rips your heart out, right? And I never really thought about this aspect of what that letter she sent me meant. And I don't know, I kind of feel like it's kind of cool that she recognized. The outcome wasn't cool, but kind of cool for me, obviously, not her, that she recognized that the truth was coming out and that I knew it and I believed it, and that she couldn't gaslight me anymore. She couldn't lie to me anymore. She couldn't convince me it was my fault anymore.